चला था
3 घंटा 5 मिनट 27 सेकंड।
3 घंटा हो गया। बनाना है क्या बनना
अरे हमारे अटेंडेंस अभी बना है कुछ कहो ना, बड़ा अच्छा लगा। अटेंडेंस बना लिए नहीं इसका भी बनाना होगा इसका पाकिस्तान का हेलो कहाँ रखते हैं? हेलो कहाँ रखते हैं? हम सुबह कंप्लेंट तो अकाउंट को काम करा था आपको कहाँ रखते हैं? बोलिए क्या फोन है? शुरू करवा दे रहे तो अरे भाई आ रहे तो बन जाएगा फिर बैको दे दीजिएगा 5 मिनट में कितना ही तेल बनाएगा जैसे बन जाएगा सब चलिए जाएगा एक आदमी सबसे पहले 300 का चाहिए हां ये तो यार रेट पकड़ना है नहीं यार नहीं ऐसा तो इसको कौन कर रहा है टिकट कराने के लिए रिजल्ट या कभी कंपनी रिजल्ट तैयार हो जाए ऐसा खुल ले हां रिजल्ट कराएंगे काम लगाएंगे ऐसा नहीं है इनको रिजल्ट दे दिया जाए बच्चा सबको आएगा फिर रुके हेलो गाजी पूछेगा गाजी यार इस साल का पहला भी 300 रुपए बीते गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीबॉडी वंस Actually, we were discussing regarding we were discussing regarding Canada.
हाँ करा देना
Canada is also a developing country. Canada and
India is also developing.
they are trying their best to become the developed country. This is the way of just becoming the developed country.
Going to in the line of the development country.
To develop any country, it is necessary to just make to give the positive just attitude towards the education. Education is a prime, we can say that prime instrument, and through which a country can become developed. So India as well as Canada and the other one more country is Singapore. They are trying their best to become a developed country like the other developed country of the world, and for that they have made an education policy so that
Singapore is the smallest country because it is also just like a West Bengal.
yes. And the next slide is alignment with the policy background NEP. Next, NEP 2020 in India is experiential and the joyful learning, holistic development and a learner-centric approach. What should be? Our teaching should be a student's child center, not the teacher center. In the beginning, what was the system for education? It used to be the teacher centered. And now it has changed. It has become the child centered. We have to look after the child. We have to just change ourselves according to the child. It is not the good method that if a single class consists of 40 students, a teacher will just enter the class, he will stand before the dais and he will deliver a lecture, and after 45 minutes or whatever the time has been just made compulsory by the institution. After the completion of that particular hours or the minutes, a teacher will leave the class. What should be the motto of the teacher? It should be child-centered. We are not here to only deliver a lecture. We have to give the lecture on a certain aspects, on a certain topic, but we have to understand the problem of the children. We have to identify what the children, what are the weaknesses of the children. We have to change ourselves according to the students. Time to time, we have to change ourselves according to the students, and that's why we are just talking about the role play. We were talking about the role play. What is the motto of the role play? Actually, this is not the new one. Even the role play over displayed on the stage, even the traditional teaching method also. But the main motto of the role play to give the best. Teachers during the role play, teachers try to give their best to their students. The teacher just divides the class in different groups, and according to that group, the teachers assign the different tasks to different students. And then he or she just invites the students to come forward, and the students, even the students perform their role. According to the role, they perform. And this is the best solution. This is the best group solution of the teachers. Through the role play, the teachers can play a vital role. Even the students will get involved in different roles. They will prepare hard, they will work hard, and they will perform better, and this will give them chance to improve themselves. So the role play is the best way of just improving the education system of the students. Even not only in language classes, even in other subjects, role play can be displayed in other subjects also, like SST. SST is also a literature, a type of literature. Who is the SST teacher here? Who is the SST teacher? Yes. Yes, sir. Yeah. The role play can also play involving SST. We can take the help of the role play SST also. Very SST, we teachers can take the help of the role play. We can just use the students in different role. And in this way, we can just improve the teaching method and the learning method of the students. We were discussing about the enlightenment with the policy background, NEP 2020. Enlightenment, here there you are, enlightenment with the policy. NEP 2020 in India stress experiential and joyful learning for the holistic development. Joyful learning, here the joyful learning means learning should not create any pressure on the students. Learning should be joyful. While playing, while just entertaining, if the students are getting the chance to improve themselves, to secure the best knowledge, this is known as a joyful learning. And anything has given.
Not doing the word burden.
Yeah, it means teaching should not be like a burden for the students. If the teaching is like a burden for the students, they will never pay their proper attention to after teaching, and 100% sure that they will not do better in the exam. They will not be able to secure the good marks in the examination. Even they will not have the proper knowledge of the subjects also. So the teaching should not be like a burden. It should be joyful. It should be full of entertainment. Yes, the students must have the chance so that they can perform their activity. So this is the main motto of the joyful learning for the holistic development and the learner-centric approach. Instead of rote learning, we have to change the old teaching method or old system. Report cards have often led to stress and the loss of self-esteem. Here, just we need to think over this point, that the report cards have often led to stress and loss of self-esteem. Sometimes whenever the students get a chance to just give their report cards after the examination, sometimes if they have negative aspect in their minds, the same report cards can create the stress on the mind of the students, and it can just give the negative aspect and losses their esteem also. The NEP recommends a 360 degree holistic progress card. Listen to. Just move the slide, sir. Look, who is sitting here? Move the slide. Yes. NEP recommends number of slide is 12 number. Yes, 12 number.
Hello.
NEP 2020 in India stresses experiential and joyful learning for holistic development and a learner-centric approach. What should be his approach? It should be learner-centric, not teacher-centric. It should be learner-centric. And instead of rote learning, report cards have often led to stress and loss of esteem. Sometimes it happens that whenever the students get the report cards, and they just observe their report cards, they are developed stress in their respective mind. And most of the students, sometimes some of the students don't understand. So CBSE or the new education policy is going to change something. And the change is as follows. The NEP recommends a 360-degree holistic progress report card. CBSE is going on according to the NEP. CBSE is going to just prepare a new report card that will be based on 360-degree holistic progress card, and that highlights each child's uniqueness. This will highlight every child's uniqueness. Every child has some unique idea. Every child has some unique quality. That 360 report card, which the CBSE is going to implement. The next year, I hope that next year this report card will be implemented by the CBSE according to the NEP. This will be 360, and according to this report cards, this report card will highlight the child's uniqueness. Every child has some unique idea, some unique quality that will be highlighted through this new report card. Most probably this will be implemented from the next year or from the next session. The HPC knowledge is the individuality of the students and involves parents, peers, and the other stakeholders. Next point, and that is the second point, the HPC acknowledges the individuality of students and involves parents, peers, and the other stakeholders. Parents, peers, and the other stakeholders. There is a word stakeholder. Do you know the meaning of stakeholders?
Stakeholder.
Yes, stakeholders.
Share.
I think this teacher can say a lot about the stakeholders. Stakeholders?
Shareholder.
Yeah, shareholder. We can say the shareholder or the person having the contribution regarding any institution is known as the stakeholder. Suppose if there are 5 members in the organization of this institution, all those members will be called as stakeholders.
The word is not a stock is
No, stake.
A stakeholder. I am just talking about the stakeholder. A stakeholder always thinks something positive regarding any institution or any organization. The person having the positive attitudes or idea regarding any institution, they will be called the stakeholders. Here the peer, parents, and the stakeholders. I am just talking about all these three. And the other stakeholders, in the assessment process. In the assessment process to foster self-awareness and the confidence. Actually, all these parents, peers, and the stakeholders, after the assessment, they will just create the self-awareness and the confidence in the child. If the child is losing the confidence at that time, all these three people, like the teachers, like the parents, as well as the stakeholders, try their best to create the positive attitudes in the mind of the children. They will try to create the confidence, self-confidence, self-awareness among the students. This will give them better, and automatically they will improve their result, they will improve their future. And the next point which I am just going to explain is HPC emphasizes holistic development of learners. It means, yes, there is a word emphasizes. Emphasize. Yes, emphasize. It means? Yeah, yes, CBSE is going for the holistic development according to the new education policy. CBSE is going to emphasize holistic development. Emphasize means going to pay more and more attention. Emphasize is going to pay more and more attention on holistic development of learners and celebrating each learner's uniqueness and eliminating competition and the comparison. Here the CBSE is going to introduce the new methods, and according to this method, CBSE is going to celebrate each learner's uniqueness. And that is why time to time different types of activities are being organized by the CBSE. Debate competition, inter-debate competition, different types of debate competitions are being organized by the CBSE to give the better chance, to give the better opportunity to the students so that they can perform better. This is also a part of that uniqueness to highlight the uniqueness and some positive attitudes of the students or children before the public, so that they can develop a lot in their respective future. The HPC suggests using multiple assessment tools. This is the suggestion of the HPC. Here the HPC means holistic progress report. We are talking about the holistic progress report. It suggests using multiple assessment tools. Many people are going to assist the students in different tools. We teachers can assess the students by using all those tools. Like in CBSE, whenever we teachers get a chance to examine the copy of the CBSE child, whether it is at the 10th class or the 11th or 12th class, 10th or 12th class, we teachers give some performance, some guidelines, how to assist the copy of the students. So all the same, here the HPC suggests using multiple assessment tools. There are a number of multiple assessment tools that can be used by the teacher while assessing the students. Okay. We have already said that only booky knowledge is not appropriate. Only booky knowledge is not appropriate. If the student is disciplined, we have to give some of the marks for discipline also. If the student had a critical thinking, if he reads something, if he creates something, if he is good at clubbing, if the student is good at academic performance, it means there are different areas. If the student is good as speaker, if the student is a good orator, we just need to assign some of the marks and the capacity of delivering his or her speech. If the students get involved himself in different programs, school activities like annual function and the other such activities which are generally performed by the schools, if the students is taking positive just participation in all those programs of the schools, we teachers have to provide some of the marks to such students. CBSE is trying to give the all-round development of the students. And if we teachers will only examine the students after the end of the year, how much marks they have got, it is not appropriate, it is not sufficient, and it will not add something better. It may be the part of the holistic development, but it cannot be called the holistic development, because we have to assess a single students by using different tools, different rules and regulations which the CBSE is going to give the guidelines to all the teachers. CBSE is going to give different tools that the teachers can use to assess the students and suggest using multiple. And the next slide, which I am going to remove the slide, please move the slide. The next slide, which I am going to just talk about, understanding the principle of the holistic development. Now we are going to understand about the principles of the holistic development. One, holistic assessment acknowledges the multi-faced nature of the human beings. This is the most important point. holistic assessment acknowledges the multifaceted nature of human beings. Human beings have multifaceted natures. What do you mean by multifaceted natures? Anyone can raise your hands in support of this word, of this?
Different aspects.
Yeah, very good, very good. Give a big hand for the, curious about different programs, curious about a person having different quality in different area is known as a multifaceted dimensions. Even we can say multifaceted nature of human beings. A single students may have more than one quality. Yes or no? A single student, some of the students may be good at writing, some of the students may be good at speaking, some of the students may be good at sketching, even some of them singing. Yes, singing, dancing, swimming. There are different criteria, there are different areas. We need not assess only the bookish knowledge of the students. Some of the students may be good at sports also. There are different types of sports. Sports is also a part of education. So if the student is not very good at study, if he or she is good at sports, we have to assess such a student. We have to assess such a student. Yes. Emotional and the spiritual dimension. Here there is a word dimension. The word dimension relates to mathematics. It is related to mathematics. Dimension. Dimension is the word of mathematics. What is the meaning of dimension? Yeah, very good. Dimension. The Hindi meaning of that particular word is ayam. Dimension. Holistic assessment acknowledges the multifaceted nature of the human beings encompassing cognitive, emotional and spiritual dimension. Students have cognitive dimension, emotional and the spiritual dimension. Here the cognitive, the word cognitive. Yeah, very good. Here the cognitive refers to Sangyanatma. Sangyanatma, emotion. We have to observe the emotional attitude of the students, cognitive attitudes of the students, even the spiritual dimension. The students must have the spiritual dimension also. We have to assess while assessing the students, while just giving our idea or guidance to the students, we have to assess their spiritual dimension also. Assessing the spiritual aspects of Pojit. Challenges due to its abstract and the diverse interpretation. All these points have diverse interpretation. All these points can be just interpreted in different way. All these points can be interpreted in different ways. Gandhiji. Now we are going to about the 3 H of Gandhiji. The next point is 3 H of Gandhiji. So what is the 3 H of Gandhiji? Let us discuss about all the 3 H of Gandhiji. Gandhiji's 3 H. Here the 3 H refers to head, hand and heart. Move the slide, please. No, move the slide. Yeah. Just 3 H of Gandhiji. Read the slide. Everybody read the slide. Gandhiji's 3 H. Here the 3 H refers to head, hand and heart. Concept of holistic development. This is the concept of holistic development which Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, has given. This is the basic concept of holistic development. Integrates cognitive, practical and the emotional dimension in education. This approach supports interdisciplinarity and discourages dividing school subjects. It divides the school subjects also. The NEP 2020 supports this approach. Even what our father of nation Mahatma Gandhi has given, what the rule of 3 H he has given, NEP has supported his rule. NEP new education policy has given a place to his method, and the method is 3 H and H. This approach supports the interdisciplinarity and discourages the dividing school subjects. The NEP 2020 supports this approach. The next slide. which we are going to discuss is based on the understanding the principles of the holistic development. We have to understand what is the principle, what are the principles which have been set by the NEP, and what is the effect, whether there is negative or positive effect of all those principles. Holistic thinking is emphasis over isolated learning. Holistic thinking is emphasis over isolated learning. All skills developed simultaneously are interconnected. All skills, a person, a child having more than one skills, and it is interconnected to one another. All the skills of the child is interconnected to one another, interdependent to one another. Even we can say these are all of them are the complement of one another. Like reflect, and it also reflects and provides insight into a student's holistic development beyond traditional methods, beyond traditional method. It is quite different from the traditional method, and it always provides something better. Holistic assessment aligned with NEP 2020 by recognizing the multi-dimensional nature of human beings. We have to discuss holistic assessment aligns with NEP. Here the word align, A-L-I-G-N. Align. What is the meaning of the word align? Yes? Yes, very good link. Holistic assessment aligns or the link with NEP 2020 by